Hey there. Today, we're going to build something that I think is just essential for modern life. We're going to call it an anxiety first aid kit. Think of it as your own personal toolbox filled with real, natural strategies to help you find some calm when your mind just feels like it's spinning.
And look, if you've ever felt that racing heart or that weird knot in your stomach, you are so far from alone. Anxiety is it's this incredibly common experience that connects millions and millions of us.
And that right there, that's the most important thing to hear right at the start. Even though it's super common, it is absolutely not a life sentence. There are powerful, really effective ways to manage it, and that's exactly what we're going to get into. Okay, but first, a really crucial disclaimer. While we're about to explore some amazing natural tools, please remember this is all for educational purposes. It is not a replacement for professional medical advice. If anxiety is genuinely getting in the way of your life, reaching out to a professional is always the best and strongest first move.
So, to really get a handle on anxiety, we first have to understand what it is. And honestly, the best way I've ever heard it described is not as a weakness, but as a faulty signal. Kind of like your body's alarm system has just gotten a little overactive. I mean, just get a load of this number. 40 million adults in the US alone. See, this isn't some personal failing. It's a massive shared human experience. And knowing that, well, it helps us take away the stigma and just focus on solutions.
So you might be wondering, where is that line between just everyday worry and an actual problem? This slide breaks it down so well. The real difference isn't if you feel anxious, it's about the intensity, how long it sticks around, and the impact it has on your life. You know, is it a brief visitor, or has it moved in and started rearranging the furniture?
And at its core, that's really all anxiety is. It's this ancient survival mechanism. The tricky part is your body can't really tell the difference between a saber-toothed tiger and a scary email from your boss. The alarm itself isn't the enemy. It's just that the alarm has become way too sensitive.
All right, so now that we know what's happening under the hood, let's get to our very first tool. This is something you can use the second you feel that alarm starting to blare. Think of it as the emergency brake for your entire nervous system.
This is called box breathing. It's a technique so effective that Navy SEALs use it to stay calm under insane pressure. And it's so simple. You basically just draw a box with your breath. You inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold again for 4. That's it. It's that easy to do. And this is the magic of why it works. That simple, controlled breathing pattern sends a direct message to your brain to switch off that fight-or-flight alarm and turn on the calm, rest and digest system instead. You are literally, physically, telling your body that it's safe to chill out.
Okay, so breathing is our immediate rescue tool. But for long-term resilience, we need to talk about daily maintenance. These are the habits that make up the whole foundation of your first aid kit.
These 3, they're pretty much non-negotiable. First, sleep. Being sleep-deprived fuels anxiety, and then anxiety ruins your sleep. It's a vicious cycle we have to break. Next up, exercise. And that line is so important. Regular movement can be just as powerful as some medications because it literally burns off stress hormones. And finally, your diet. An easy one to watch is caffeine. It's a stimulant that can perfectly mimic the physical feelings of anxiety, basically tricking your brain into a panic. So once that daily maintenance is in place, then we can look at adding a few powerful boosters to the kit, supplements that have some real science backing them up.
Now, what's so cool about this is how it shows that different supplements have different jobs. Ashwagandha, that's for the long game. It helps lower that constant background hum of stress. L-Theanine is more for a specific moment, like right before a big presentation. And magnesium is amazing for when your anxiety shows up as physical tension or it keeps you up at night.
All right, now for what is arguably the most important part. Every single first aid kit, whether it's for a scraped knee or an anxious mind, has to have a plan for when things are just too big to handle on your own. This is your safety net.
This is one of the most important questions you can ever ask yourself. And thankfully, the signs that it's time for more support are actually pretty clear.
If you're looking at this list and nodding along, if anxiety is constantly messing with your life, if panic attacks are a regular thing, or if you've really tried these tools for a few months and you're just not feeling better, that's the signal. That's when it's time to call in a professional. Reaching out isn't a failure of the kit, it's actually the most important tool in the kit.
And finally, the most critical piece of information we can possibly share. If you are ever in a crisis, help is always there, 24/7. This number, 988, is a direct line to immediate, free, and confidential support. Please save it in your phone. Just know that no matter how intense the storm feels, you are never, ever truly alone.